I was just sitting outside and my dad came out because the news is on. I swear, when you wake up to the reality of what's happening around us, you just see things differently. It's absolutely ludicrous to see what they're doing to Charlie Kirk, and how they're exploiting, monetizing, changing the narrative, diverting, redirecting, because they don't like all the eyes on them. They do what they do, but they don't want the eyes on them. It's such an ironic thing. It really is. And that's when in different ways, the world is dancing with the devil. Straight up. I mean, it's crazy to watch some of their facial expressions and just see it. It's like they know too. I mean, I could just see right through it. I would love to have conversations with some of these people in person, but they won't even do it. They won't do it. You know what I mean? Because of the soul. The eyes, man. When you walk in truth and you walk in God, baby, your eyes are the keys to souls. And it's one of those things. We can recognize that it is around us, but you do not walk in fear. You don't walk in fear. Fear is what they want to instill. Fear and control. That is exactly what they want to instill. Like you have no control and they're going to set you up and they're going to get you and they're going to do all these things. But everything's done in the back and everything's illusions. Everything's illusions and they're losing control. And then, so they're on damage control. That's literally what it is. It's all damage control. Whether it's on the political arena, whether it's on the Charlie Kirk thing, whether it's in the business stance, whether it's in the financial system, whether it's in the crime system, they did it. I thought this was cute. There was an officer that was on Fox, Friends and whatever they do in the morning. And I was making breakfast and he was talking about how the crime rate in Florida has gone down in 40 something years or something like that. I was like, oh, that's cute. That's cute. Yeah. Maybe the crime in the streets, but the crime behind the scenes, it's a little different. You ain't getting crime from the public. Nah, man. It's all the people controlling the public. That's where the crime is. I mean, come on now. 2 + 2 = 4, not 5. It's hilarious. I've got a couple posts that I'm about to post in regards to my back because I got my medical records and it's so inconsistent. It's not even funny in reference to what they did. And they know it. They do indeed. And I'm going to put pictures up of my back because they altered my complete physical stance for the rest of my life. And they knew what they were doing. The shot that they gave me based on facts was not the first shot. Or what did it say? Hold on, let's just read it. Let's get to the nitty-gritty. I have 2 different posts I'm going to be making, so be prepared. I went into the doctors for breathing difficulties, wheezing, eczema, sinus congestion, and severe coughing attack. I sat in the waiting room and exam room for nearly 4 hours before being treated. That day, I was given a Kenalog steroid injection, 80 milligrams. To my knowledge, I've never received this. I've received steroid injections, but not this one. And no real discussion on the risk or alternatives were provided. It wasn't. It was basically established to me like a steroid shot, which I have received, but not this particular one. And it's crazy because from what I've researched, essentially, this is not the first go-to in reference to my symptoms. And this is what they generally prescribe. Not to mention they gave me a total of, I think it was like 60 prednisone pills. You know what I mean? Where's the medical accountability? You know, you might not have crime in the streets, but you got medical malpractice happening in the state of Florida. I'm here to tell you that. I'm here to tell you that. So again, this is just an example of diverting. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that can probably resonate with the fact that you walk into a doctor's office and you walk out feeling more depleted than what you did walking in there. Whether it's in your mind, and whether it's in your body, physical, whether it's in your soul, and you walk out with how many prescriptions that they want to give you that's going to just make you so much better. And it's just sad. It's sad what they're doing to everybody. And they know it. You know? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. However, we all live in a crazy world. We do indeed. That goes without saying. Clearly, right? But again, you have to take your power back. You have to only focus on you, your walk, your purpose, your faith, and your relationship with God. That's numero uno. Numero uno. Right? Because your relationship with God is going to carry you through the fear, the chaos, the illusion, the traps, the manipulation, the gaslighting, the blackmail, the coercion, everything. Because in different ways, we've now become to a reality where we all face it. Whether it's what you do for a living, who you're connected with, the groups that you particularly engage with, we all face it. Every single one of us. Right? And so you have to get to a place in your walk and figure out what you stand on, where your ethics lie, where your morals lie, where your true faith lies, where it truly lies. And so I hope this video resonates, you know, but I just wanted to put a disclaimer out there because I will be putting some posts out there with some pictures of my back. So don't look at it if you don't want to look at it. You know, I've reached out to multiple attorneys and I got rejected, deflected, and redirected, like every other thing in all my receipts. Nobody will take accountability. No one. Absolutely no one. That's how you know how embedded it is. Absolutely. And they're getting ahead of it. They're trying to get ahead of it. Why? Because I speak on it. I talk on it. And what I say makes sense. And people are starting to question things. Like, wait, what you said here doesn't align with here. And what you're creating us to do here to get to this solution, why? Right? And so when people start putting dots together and they start ruffling, right, asking those questions that they don't want you to ask, then what do? They get ahead of it with damage control. And they get on these news places. They push out propaganda. They push out narratives. They push out all these things because at the end of the day, that they know what they do. You know what you do. You can't hide from the things that you do. It follows you. It does. It doesn't matter what your title, your accolade, how much money you have. At the end of the day, the things you do follow you. They do. You know, if you want to walk with a light, you want to walk with empathy and grace and mercy, you can. But it starts with yourself. It does. Heaven on earth is here and it is possible, but you have to choose to bring it to you. You totally do. And standing up for your brothers and sisters that are being mistreated unlawfully, that would be numero uno. And that's what Candace is doing when it comes to Charlie. And people can keep trying to get ahead of it, that damage control, because she's hitting some big. That's why that girl needs prayers for protection, baby. Our whole country is lying on her in different ways. And she knows it. But she was built for it. Just like I was. Just like many people out here. We're all built for this battle. You just have to stand up. Hold the line. Hold the line. You deserve a better life and so do your children. And we're getting to a place now where it's time to stand up. Stand up. The world is going down.